Every single morning, your brain spends precisely 10 minutes floating in a highly vulnerable neurological state. During these 600 seconds, your subconscious mind is wide open, acting like fresh soil, ready to absorb whatever seeds you drop into it. Are you consciously planting seeds of divine peace and unshakable strength when you open your eyes? Or are you accidentally handing the keys of your spiritual destiny over to the chaos of the modern world? For many years, my own mornings were an absolute battlefield of distraction. The alarm would sound, and within 2 measly seconds, my fingers were already scrolling through endless feeds. I used to believe that checking the global news or scanning my messages was just a harmless way to wake up and stay informed. But I was completely wrong. By the time my feet actually touched the cold floor, my mind was already drowning in anxiety and overwhelmed by everyone else's chaotic agenda. I would try to pray later in the day, during my afternoon commute, or right before sleeping, but the spiritual damage was already done. We often ask ourselves if a few innocent minutes on a screen can truly sabotage our entire relationship with God. We wonder if we are simply overcomplicating a basic daily routine. The truth found in Scripture reveals that the early morning does not belong to your notification center or your worries. The morning belongs exclusively to God. When we pollute our fresh morning minds with chaotic digital noise, we are intentionally setting ourselves up for defeat. Imagine holding a crystal clear glass representing your pure consciousness at 7 o'clock in the morning. Instead of filling it with clean, refreshing water, we voluntarily pour thick, murky mud into it by checking stressful updates. The early hours are a precious holy ground that requires your absolute protection and deep spiritual reverence. Scripture explicitly teaches us in Psalm 143, verse A, to let the morning bring word of his unfailing love. We are designed to anchor our trusting souls in his divine presence before anything else can claim our attention. The modern screen is a highly addictive trap designed to steal that silent, sacred connection right from under us. By placing a digital barrier between our spirit and God, we willingly surrender our peace before the battle even begins. We must aggressively replace the urge to scroll with a powerful weapon of instant-focused prayer. When you actively choose his truth over global chaos, you transform your mind into an unshakable fortress of faith. Many people mistakenly believe that their intense morning energy is a sign of pure divine wisdom. We often wake up with a rush of analytical thoughts and immediately start organizing our entire schedule or solving complex problems. I used to think that planning my day during my morning commute or while making coffee was the most efficient way to live. I rationalized this by telling myself that God gave me an intelligent mind to use and that he wouldn't mind if I prayed later. But this highly practical approach is actually a clever form of hidden spiritual arrogance. When you rely entirely on your sharp intellect, the very second you wake up, you are silently declaring independence from your creator. You are essentially acting like a foolish soldier who draws his own battle map in total darkness before the general can even deliver the actual strategy. Scripture warns us in Proverbs chapter 16 verse 3 to commit our actions completely to the Lord, so our plans will succeed. If we only present our preformed decisions to God for a quick blessing at 10 in the morning, we are not truly seeking his guidance. We are merely asking him to rubber stamp our own human ego. True spiritual alignment requires us to halt our racing thoughts and surrender that initial burst of mental energy back to him. We must master the difficult art of spiritual stillness before we dare to step into the noisy arena of daily execution. Every single morning you step outside, without a spiritual shield, you leave your soul utterly defenseless against toxic comparison. The modern digital landscape has created an incredibly dangerous emotional trap that previous generations never had to face. You open a social application, and within 60 seconds, you are bombarded by images of someone else's seemingly perfect life. You see their thriving businesses, their beautiful homes, and their major spiritual breakthroughs before you even remember your own name. I vividly remember a painful season where this toxic routine completely destroyed my inner security and my confidence. I would wake up feeling perfectly adequate, but after 10 minutes of scanning my feed, I felt completely left behind by God. Nothing in my actual physical reality had changed, but my personal perception of my worth was entirely ruined before breakfast. Scripture provides an immediate antidote in Galatians chapter 6 verse 4 by telling us to examine our own work without comparing ourselves to others. Genuine gratitude is not a boring religious obligation, but a highly advanced defensive strategy designed to protect your peace. Before my eyes are even fully open, I now force myself to vocally state 3 highly specific things I am deeply grateful for. This simple dynamic shift transforms my day from a stressful problem I must survive into a beautiful divine gift I get to steward. God is not demanding your entire frantic day, but He is patiently asking for the absolute first of it. He desires your very first 5 minutes, your first conscious words, and your first deep wave of gratitude. When you boldly offer Him the initial fruits of your day, He has a powerful way of multiplying every moment that follows. Scripture echoes this timeless reality in Matthew chapter 6 verse 33 by urging us to seek first His kingdom and righteousness. I challenge you to try a radical new experiment tomorrow morning. For just 10 brief minutes before you touch any device, dedicate that tiny window exclusively to focused prayer and the unshakable truth of His holy word. Watch how those few disciplined moments completely transform the remaining 23 hours and 50 minutes of your day. Thank you so much for watching this video and spending your precious time with us today. Please do not forget to subscribe to Bible Truth Zone right now, so we can continue to grow together in biblical wisdom every single week.